Or did I just say everything like, you didn't hear a word I said, did you? I just turned off my freaking mic. Ah, God. You didn't hear anything, right? I just sat here talked to myself. Oh God. Okay, so on the ES, I flipped through these charts. That's fuck. Are you kidding me? Oh man, that's why that just tells you summer trading, right? So anyway, I'll zoom through this real quick because basically the market hasn't gone anywhere. It's flat out range bound. We started off looking to buy weakness. If anything, flat would be primarily range bound, and so far the market has just been just flat out range bound going sideways. So not much to talk about. Early on this morning, we had really sloppy trading going back and forth, and that was just absolutely treacherous to trade. So very difficult trading, not much to do with it, and uh, I haven't taken any trades on the ES so far. So we're starting off. There's not much new to drive the market for tomorrow either. We have mortgage apps, wholesale inventories, Fed minutes coming out, but I don't think anything's really going to drive the market a whole lot. So I'm looking at volume is light, 800,000 contracts on the micro, same as on the ES. So 900,000 on the ES. So not much volume. It should be like almost twice this. So light volume, not much directional moves, not much news to drive the market at all. So stay range bound and just watch out for these volatility moves. And I talked about that. I showed my NASDAQ trade. I'll talk about that in a second. But that was at the same moment when this happened. It's totally drifting lower. NASDAQ looked a lot better. But I was looking for a pullback to retest this lows, maybe lower. It was like halfway through C period. But they ran it hard to the upside. And this whole move is like 20 points. I mean, you can't sit through that move and try to repair it. It's just you had to figure out when you're wrong and make sure you get out of that trade. And then, of course, if you got stopped out, which I got on the Nasdaq, you see it run it all the way right back down again. And that's yes, if you look at it in disbelief, like, oh, you dang it, you know what I mean? So anyway, so range fund ES not going anywhere, and that's how you're going to start your overnight. Just fade the edges, stay in a tight range, and see how it ends up developing in the overnight. On the Nasdaq and the bonds, and here's the trade I took. I showed you that real briefly here. That was the trade right there. So Nasdaq looked a lot better. They were drifting lower. They were definitely moving lower, and they had a nice attractive point here at the 820. So I thought they kind of going to run it down there. That's point. That was it. That was it. On that retracement, I got in at that rotation. I tried to repair it once at the mode, and they took it even higher, right up here. They stopped me out outside of that one, and that was it. So I was down 78 on that trade, but two contracts. But I wasn't going to make that trade big. I could have moved my stop outside that rotation up here, but the problem is, if that trade would have been wrong, it would have made more like a $150 to $200 loser. But now you're in two contracts on that trade, and now you're going against another 50 points. So that's just not a good spot, a good point to be in. So I guess it took me out, and then it went a little bit higher, and then you see hold it reversal, right? And here I would have got my money back and then some on that move, but you're out. So that's the volatility and the craziness going on. So you can't quite trade that, and then the ups and downs, you see right up, straight down, and it has been very little reaction time on this stuff on the big move. So. I sat on my hands, didn't do much about it. Bond market, that's range bound, not going anywhere either. That's all the stuff is range bound. So I would start off range bound ES, range bound Nasdaq bonds. And the final ones on oil and gold. Both of these guys are moving though. The oil is moving directionally higher, and most likely because of that Houthi shooting at ships again. So they stay on the long side of that. So far, it's been a nice move to the upside. You can see that over here, the nice little run up here, and it's been a slow grind, but steady to the upside. So I would stay on the long side on that until I see some kind of action to knock that stuff down. Then and this risk premium is going to go away pretty quick. So I would stay on the long side on oil. Look to buy against that the 68.20s down to the 67.80s. And on gold, oh, same story there. Nice move to the downside on gold. It didn't go very far though. So nice move here early on. I wasn't trading gold, so I wasn't paying attention to it. But looking at this on the way down, it's like, oh, that's a nice move. And then that little burst right there, that's this move here. And then just been slowly grinding back up again. So that was it. But one big move in the morning, and that was about it. Then you didn't have much going on after that. So I would stay on the short side on gold to get started, see if you can retest that low. But if they start taking out that area here, the 33 17s, I would look for retracement trade right up to the 40s again. So that's gold. So starting off with a slight bias to the downside on gold, slight bias on the upside on oil, and then back to the ES, and there you have it, pretty much sideways action. So that's where we leave it. Sorry, the recording's got twice the length. Halfway it's going to be silent, so as you know. Anyway, we'll leave it there, guys. So you have a good evening, and I'll see you back in the morning. You have a good one. Later.